assured is important for the coach to trust you in big games.
The front three are going forward. Neymar is pickpocketed there in the midfield. All threaded through. Who will reach his first? It's taken ahead of Mascherano. Player down in the box. Went down in instalments. Pablo Insua. Forward. Neymar is pickpocketed there in the midfield.
No, I think he ran out of legs there.
All threaded through. Who will reach his first? It's taken ahead of Mascherano. Player down in the box. Went down in instalments. Pablo Insua. Forward. Neymar is pickpocketed there in the midfield.
No, I think he ran out of legs there.
With the second stop. All threaded through. Who will reach his first? It's taken ahead of Mascherano. Player down in the box. Went down in instalments. Pablo Insua. Forward. Neymar is pickpocketed there in the midfield.
No, I think he ran out of legs there.
With the second stop.
He was eased past. Machi's good goalkeeping though. That's a good save at point-blank range. And Titi doing exceptionally well there, just throwing his body in front of it.
And he's getting the beating of Mascherano down the left side. Darwin showing it's survival of the fittest.
Nice.
But the first real solo effort we've seen, Mo, from Machis. It gives Barca something to think about.
No, he's finally showing some of the form, as I said, I saw last season when he was with Huesca. A very lively player going upfield, and thinking now perhaps maybe would have been in awe at the start, and now realising that he can go past Mascherano.
Fight for the early ball in there, which results in a challenge by Piqué, which may have been a foul. That has to be given as a free kick. Grabbing back on the arm of Andres Iniesta.
And yes, of course, this week named by Messi as his favourite player. Can always pull something out and surprise you. He doesn't have great pace, but as he proved just then, just the way he moves his body fools players. Absolutely no contact there at all, is there?
Slightly surprising that Messi would choose Iniesta. You'd imagine Dani Alves would have been in the running there. Man has provided more goals for Leo Messi than anyone else. Interesting to note, Messi used to warm up with Dani Alves before games. Now he warms up with the front three. He warms up with Neymar and Suarez. It was previously the case where Alves would spend the warm-up pinging balls in from the right-hand side.
No, yeah, I do remember it well, but the front three are very good friends now, especially Messi and Suarez.
Here is Suarez. Tries to hold the ball up, can't hold himself up. Put himself into a tangle there.
I don't think he felt that was a penalty all night. Bustinza just tangling with him. I said Bustinza's been involved in several physical battles, but no, there was nothing in that. He was already slipping, and then Bustinza almost put two hands on him to keep himself upright.
Suarez already on the way down. You just wonder about the turf here. It's going to be quite difficult to keep steady. I've seen several sections of the pitch. It's not the worst pitch by any stretch of your imagination, but there are those sections that get dug up by the odd challenge.
No, I think they laid a new pitch in the summer here, along with all the other preparations for their first ever season in the Primera División. They've installed new benches down below the cameras here, and I say plans still in place to increase the number of seats here from just under 11,000 to 15,000. So the pitch just needing time to settle in, but it really is cutting up on occasion.
Diego Rico plays the pass to Darwin Machis. He'll run at Mascherano again. He's been giving him a torrid time. Rafinha is the cavalry back to help.
He certainly was.
Driven into the area. Held up here and held up for a little bit too long. It's Mascherano who took it away from Gabriel. Finds a pass to Neymar. Neymar waits for a runner. Jordi Alba, always keen to oblige on the overlap. Plays an initial cut back to Rakitic. Haven't seen so much from Rakitic in this game. Flick through by Messi. It's just in between his two intended targets of Suarez and Neymar. He was going to let them fight for it amongst themselves. It was too close in the end to Cervantes, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he just wanted some spin on that, so the ball held up, but it just flicked up off the turf to the keeper. I was going to say, with Mascherano, he's very good positionally, and if he's kept in and around the area, then he can be a real holding player at the back. But when he's asked to almost go out and play as a fullback and stop Machís, you can see the lack of pace does cause him a problem, and also expose the rest of the defenders.
On the edge of the area, Kone was thinking about playing a 1-2, decides to turn on goal now. Umtiti's right on top of him. Cross comes in. Well, Mascherano adjusts to have got to that cleanly. We'll see a replay to see whether he did that. Again, Iniesta pulled back. It's happened time and time again. The referee has seen just about enough of it.
It was a good cross. Mascherano just trying to throw his body in the way more than try and actually win that ball. Yeah, a clear foul there from Victor Diaz, who I think rightly is booked.
Yeah, not the first time that has happened in the first half.
When Leganés were attacking there down their right, you saw Iniesta, Rakitic and Jordi Alba all having to get back to the edge of the area. It was a very compact Barca defence.
Mascherano. Messi. Suarez will try and draw the defenders away. One has to stick with Messi. Here's Neymar. He'll scoop in. Played to Alba. Not too much available in the way of options. Neymar tries to make a move to the near post, and Alba wastes that with a non-committal ball through.
Messi was the only one moving in the area there. The rest seem to be waiting at the back post almost for some eye of the needle pass. Haven't seen much of Alba this afternoon. Rafinha, although hasn't been greatly involved, certainly seen more of the ball than Jordi Alba down Barca's left.
Well, the idea would have been to push Alba up further without having too many defensive duties. We haven't seen too much of him, even in defence.
No, he seems to be caught between two stools, whether to attack, and when he drops back on Titi, he's almost covering his position, Jordi Alba. It will be interesting to see if Luis Enrique does decide to change things at half-time with the 2-0 lead, whether he can become more attacking. Here's the goal for Luis Suarez. It really was stunning by Lionel Messi. Put that on a plate.
Well, Suarez barely needed a touch, just needs almost just a blow on it for it to go in. It was that close for him after he'd previously set up Messi for the opener.
He got a couple in midweek, but has only scored. When I say only scored, he's only scored in one league game this season. But in that game, of course, he did get the hat-trick against Betis, Luis Suarez. So already on 4 in 4, let's say.
He moves level with Ruben Castro of Real Betis, who'd come into this match day as the top goal scorer in La Liga. Rafinha.
Barca's front three, of course, last season absolutely dominating the top scorer charts. The Pachichi and Luis Suarez with 40 led the way from Ronaldo on 35. But next up were Messi and Neymar with 26 and 24. So Ruben Castro will have to go some to keep a pace with the MSN, I think, in the scoring charts this season.
Messi spent one of the longer spells of his career out injured. Last season was injured in a game against Las Palmas for around about 8 games.
And Iniesta once again almost doing Busquets' job, let's say.
Rakitic sends a header which looked to be going out of play, but Mascherano keeps it in, albeit getting it to a Leganés player. He has more joy this time around, putting it into a dangerous spot. Head it back to Cervantes.
Mascherano really has been thumping the balls down this right side into the channels. As I said, very un-Barca-like, but maybe they realise with Leganés pushed so far up that just lumping the odd ball over the top isn't quite as aimless as it may seem.
Well, people will say after this first half that Barca are missing Busquets, they're missing his control in the midfield. Mascherano will feel that he can play that role and hasn't been given the opportunity today.
No, I do totally agree. And I said maybe Luis Enrique might well change things round with Barca in control, certainly in the scoreline at the least.
Perhaps an introduction for Sergio Roberto in the second half. And a reverting of the formation to a 4-3-3.
It was very un-Messi like Rafinha, not sure where to run quite. Whether we'll see. He's got very good options on the bench with Paco Alcácer and Denis Suarez, along with Andre Gomes and Artur Turan. He's already showed that he can chip in with